Sorry, Pat.
Go ahead.
In tank.
Yeah, good evening or morning or whatever it is for you.
Good morning. Can we get your age, state, and whom you supported
Yeah.
in the last presidential election?
Yeah, of course. My name's Intank. I'm 42 years old. I'm from the greatest state of Wisconsin. I voted for Donald J. Trump 5 times.
What made you vote for Donald John Trump?
Donald Jaundice Trump. Overall, here's my four top bullet points. One, fighting or revenge and or justice on the lawfare stuff from the Democrats. Then it would go to border. Then it would go to economy. Then it would go to fighting the Democrats and being successfully fighting against the Democrats against woke Democrat bullshit.
And how's that going so far after the 5th?
Yeah, I'm giving Donald Trump an overall rating of 91 and 92%. My personal
Even though,
rating.
like, there are poor people that are, even though there are poor people that are starving.
Yeah, Jade, that's on the Democrats. If you haven't realized.
No, it's not. No,
It's actually not.
No.
No.
Well,
it's
all
not.
all
Factually,
Republicans.
It's not.
So all Republicans,
factually
all
not.
53 Republicans have voted in the affirmative for the continuing resolution that funds SNAP benefits for poor children.
How about How about the Medicaid subsidies that would expire? You know, the Affordable Care Act subsidies that keep healthcare costs low for people.
No, those aren't
The
Medicaid
Republican Party-
subsidies. Those
no,
are
no,
Obamacare.
it's-
Those are ACA subsidies. Totally different.
ACA.
Does it make a
Medicaid
difference? Does it
Absolutely.
make a difference whose name is
Yeah,
on
absolutely. Absolutely. It's a different, statute
Even though it's
than
providing,
law.
even though it's providing for people.
Oh, so we should just provide everything for everybody?
Hold on.
Yeah, we actually should.
Well, we're going to go continuing and broke then, Jade. And I don't think you're a very good budgeter of money. And you should probably let your
No,
husband manage
probably
it.
not.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's a little below
Well,
the belt, but
it might be. And
I
I'm
think
sorry
you're
for
also
that. But
assuming
you're not really
yeah.
thinking logically here, though.
I don't think
hold
I
on.
don't think that thinking logically is necessarily the epitome of how we should
Well,
function.
We don't
as a
have this,
society.
Jade, we don't have this unlimited money
Otherwise,
supply.
you could go to Russia or
So,
China where
Jade,
they
where are you going to
definitely
find
think
about
logically.
we need about 1.5 to, I'm going to round it up, $2.5 trillion. Where will you find that?
He's already wasted
Raising
we have
$30
it.
trillion in 11
We
months.
have it.
Oh, how do we
fuck
have
outta
it with $38 trillion in the debt? Where is this going to come
Okay, how are we paying? How are
How are
we
you not
paying?
mad about
I-
$7 trillion being wasted?
I'm
by
gonna
Donald
pause because
Trump?
there's other people who want to go into.
from?
Okay,
Of course.
so
This
here's
always
the
happens
deal.
to me. Don't worry.
The Constitution requires the government to run a debt. The Article 1, Section 8.
Yeah, it
Secondly,
allows
no,
it
when I'm
allows
talking,
them.
you don't.
Yeah.
When I'm talking, you
Oh.
don't. You don't get to start your sentence in the middle of
Oh.
others. That's how a lie works.
Oh.
Secondly, not only does the Constitution require the government to run a debt to fund the general welfare of society, the General Welfare Clause also requires the government to fund social services like the tax credits that are going into Medicare and the Affordable Care Act subsidies. That was passed, and actually, Obamacare was ruled to be completely constitutional
Right.
under the
Some of
General
it.
Welfare Clause and
Yeah,
under
some of
the
it.
Interstate Commerce
Yeah,
Clause.
some of it. They're allowed to tax it.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
Was the constitutional ruling, was a tax.
Okay, so here's,
Well,
here's
I lived
the other
through
thing.
it, sir.
The shutdown is because of the Republican Party and the Republican Party alone, and I will tell you why. They are yes, it is. Don't come off of mute. Do not come off of mute when I say this. One, House Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to swear in newly elected Representative Adelita Grijalva from Arizona. She would be the 218th vote to unseal the Epstein files. That is the first reason. The second reason, and she was elected into her position, by the way, more than a month ago.
It already
her
passed the
election-
Congress, so what the fuck are you talking about?
Taxation
her
without
election,
representation is
her
illegal against
hold
the
on, I'm not done. Her election and her swearing in ceremony was supposed to start the day the shutdown began. Make that make sense. Secondly, the healthcare premiums that the subsidies take care of, healthcare insurance companies were sending out letters in September warning their policyholders that if the subsidies were to lapse, the healthcare insurance premiums would go up from $800 a year to $4,000 a year. What average American
Wow,
can
that's a
afford
lot we were
healthcare
paying for
insurance?
that.
It is not
Oh, those
a
are
lot.
poor
It is a
people.
fact.
Those are poor people.
So
Yeah.
you don't care about poor people?
I may, but those are poor people. They're
No,
not
I
average
mean
Americans.
he wants people off subsidies, but I guarantee goddamn to you, he doesn't advocate for a livable wage.
You're tackling a lot here. I mean, your guys are you're
No,
hitting like
no,
all
it's
15.
true.
Yeah, you're kind
It's
of all
true.
over the place.
It's damn true.
Yeah,
I
you-
know exactly. You wouldn't.
Yeah, you
give
went
a
from
fuck if people
continuing
made a livable
resolution
wage, because you know if
all the
they
way to
did, they
livable
wouldn't
wage.
need assistance. Fuck off with
Can
that.
I say? Can I say?
Right.
What's your name again? Ann. I'm just gonna call you Ann if you don't mind.
You can call me Tank. A lot of people call me Tank.
Okay, I'm sorry because I can only see the NT on your.
Gotcha.
Thing, so I
In
just-
Tank, but you can call me Tank
Okay.
or In
So-
Tank.
So
Or Steve.
You keep talking about the continuing resolution.
Oh, so your name
Correct.
is oh
But
God.
even your Messiah, even your daddy told you that that if in 2013 from his mouth to the
Mhm.
world, he said, if there is a shutdown, it's the fault of the person at the top. The president.
He said the
his
president.
Words, not mine.
He said the president.
He said
actually.
it. Look it up.
Yeah,
In
I know.
2013,
I know.
he said if there's
He
a
said the
shutdown.
president. Yep.
Yeah. And guess who's president right now?
Donald J. Trump.
So whose responsibility is the shutdown?
The Democrats. There are 5 Democrats that
no,
need to vote
because
differently.
from your daddy's mouth to
Right.
the world,
Yeah.
if there's a shutdown,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
starts from the top.
Right.
It's
Who
the
was president in
president's fault.
2013? You know?
That's funny.
And
No, it's not 2013. We're not going
Yeah, but who is he
there.
talking about?
but does it matter? He
He wasn't
said
even a
it. If there's
politician. He was a
shutdown,
businessman.
No.
He was paying
no.
for everything.
Excuse me. No, your answer does not start in the middle of my sentence.
Gotcha.
Okay? So here's the thing. So if your daddy said in 2013, regardless of who
Your
the
daddy.
president was, he said from his mouth to the world, if there is a shutdown, it falls on the president. It's their fault.
Yeah, who's
He said
president then?
that. Your daddy said
You're not-
that. He didn't
So he's your
say
daddy.
that it falls on a Democratic president.
Yeah.
He said it falls on a president.
Right.
He
Who was
didn't say
president
it
then?
falls on the Democratic
Yeah, who's he
Party or
talking about,
Congress.
though?
What he said was the president. Who's president again?
So I want to point out
No,
Who
no,
is president?
Who's president again?
Sorry, you
I
keep
wanna
muting
point
me.
out
Who was
one
president
thing.
then?
It doesn't matter. The point is he
I
said
don't know why
it.
I'm being muted when I'm asked a
Because
question. I can't answer a
your
question if
sentence
I'm
does not
muted.
start in the middle of hers or mine.
She asked me
The
a question,
pro- the
sir.
point-
She asked me a
Hang on,
question,
Steve.
sir.
Hang on, Steve. In Tank, if you're going to answer a question with a question, why should I have you up here if you're not going to debate?
I just
Answer
wondered
the
if she knew
woman's
who
question.
president was. Well, it was Barack
Answer
Obama.
the woman's
Okay,
question.
Barack Obama. The answer is Barack
But it
Obama.
doesn't
No.
matter who
Barack
was
Obama
president.
is not the president right now.
No, that's who
It-
Trump
it
was
was
talking
President right
about.
now.
Yeah, she asked
It
me a
was
question, so
But
I'm
it
going to try to
doesn't
answer.
matter
You
who
guys
was
gang up on
president,
me
but you're
because
not
that's
getting.
normal. Then I
Listen,
can take all
this
3
is
of you
the
at
problem
once.
with MAGA. This is the
Look,
problem
there's
with
no-
MAGA. They
No,
don't
there's no
listen.
I
reason
can
to
take
give
all
him
3
a
on.
platform if he's not going to answer questions.
Well, I can
So-
answer
He's
every
not gonna
question.
answer
You just
pres-
have to let me talk.
I
no,
hate.
no,
Sorry.
no. If he's not going to answer questions, I don't want him on.
Oh,
the
I would
panel.
love to answer the
hate-
question, but you
I
just
hate
have to
No,
not
say
I
talk
don't want
this.
him
over
on the
me.
panel.
Hold on.
I really.
Because I'm too good.
No, I wanted to.
Am I too
mention
educated for
something
you guys?
pertaining to,
Your
like,
So I
sentence
know too
starts
much
in the
shit.
middle of everybody else's, and you won't answer the question.
Because
Your
I'm-
sentence
I'm
starts in the
15
middle of
steps ahead of you.
everybody else's, and you won't answer the
If-
question. That's
No,
the problem.
If I could say something, this
They
was
don't
something
need-
that was addressed on another panel about a different topic, and someone who I'm very like cool with bantering, discussing, debating, bringing up facts, going back and forth. Like I'm very cool to listening to other opinions, especially from the opposition, because I like to learn at the end of the day. Even if the things that I learn are things I'm like, okay, so you're obviously being obtuse and incorrect. Something that someone immediately started kind of doing was they called out the other person. They were like, you're bullshitting, you're being a troll, you're bullshitting, you're being obtuse, you were absolutely being disingenuous. And I was like, well, I haven't heard this person, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, I haven't heard this person, so I want to hear what they have to say. Long story short, it turned out that once I went to read the facts, it was about the child, what was it? The child tax credit. And this person was going on and on, well, I didn't know. And I went to my computer and I literally looked it up and I read all the facts and I read the eligibility. I read literally every piece of information. At the end, they were like, well, what's the argument? And it's like, you were the one who was arguing. arguing. So unfortunately, people like these, they're being deliberately obtuse. They are being deliberately disingenuous. And even when you provide facts, like we all know that the reason that the government shut down is not because of the Democrats. It is not. They are willing to,
And,
work towards something. It is because of the Republicans. It is because
and
of that.
notice,
Anyone who denies
and
that is
notice,
being deliberately obtuse.
and notice when we brought up the quote by Trump in 2013, he deflected to Obama. In 2013, both houses of Congress were controlled by Republicans. They were the ones that caused the shutdown under Obama. And the two largest shutdowns in U.S. history have happened under Trump.
Well,
Yeah, it's when you bring facts
Trump
to
plays
the
hardball,
table,
bitch.
or when you address. And the thing is, too, like, I get it. Facts are. Well, do you want to think about it logically? Yes, logical is a way to think about things. But also, we as a people, we as a society, do not think about things specifically in a logical. We also tie emotion into it. And unfortunately, as much as a lot of people from his standpoint want to be like, well, I am not emotional, I am purely logical. Okay, then by this logic, and facts, you should be able to concede to that point. But they don't, because unfortunately, they are also passionately tied to capping for Trump. So it really becomes just they want to just throw whatever kind of word vomit that they have that makes them feel important, makes them feel like they believe something, when in reality, you can throw facts, you can throw logic, and you can throw emotion, you can throw whatever you want at them,
Fact, logic,
and they will
reason.
completely be disingenuous to the argument as a whole.
In Tank down here, Democrats constantly dump you on TikTok lives because all you do is gish gallop. All you do is stonewall, and you overtalk constantly. That is why you're not coming back up. I believe Matt was quite clear in that. And secondly, I just lost my train of thought. I'll get it
I do
back.
that all the time, Steve. I do that all the time.